Have you ever found yourself sitting alone in the stillness of your home? The house is quiet. The ticking of the clock is louder than it used to be. And you wonder, is this loneliness or is this peace? Maybe the kids are grown and gone. Maybe your spouse has passed. Or maybe after years of holding it all together, you finally let go of a relationship that no longer served you. And now here you are, 70, or maybe a little older, single. And the world seems to assume that must mean you're sad or lonely or waiting for someone to come along and complete you again. But what if they've got it all wrong? What if this season of your life, the quiet, the solitude, the freedom, isn't a curse but a gift? What if you're not alone at all? What if for the first time in a long time, you're actually free? You see, society rarely talks about the beauty of being single in your 70s. They paint it as something to fear, a sign of loss, a warning of decline. But here at Wisdom of Longevity, we see things differently. Because what if I told you there are real, powerful reasons why being single after 70 might just be the healthiest, happiest chapter of your life? In this video, we're going to talk about 4 surprising truths that might shift the way you see this time of your life. From emotional freedom, to better health, to rediscovering who you really are. You might be shocked at just how good life can be, right here, right now, without anyone else by your side. And reason number 3, that one hits deep. That's the one most people never see coming. But it changes everything. So take a breath, make yourself a cup of tea. You're not watching this by accident. Comment below and let me know. Just say, I choose peace if you've ever embraced solitude not as sadness, but as strength. And if you're passionate about living wiser, healthier, and more fully after 70, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This is Wisdom of Longevity, your safe space for aging with grace, clarity, and calm. Ready? Let's begin. Reason number 1, emotional freedom, and what it feels like to rediscover yourself after 70. Take Henry, 72. He was a devoted husband, a provider, a father. He spent decades pouring himself into family, working long hours, skipping his hobbies, always showing up for others. When his wife passed, the grief came in waves. He mourned not only her, but the life they had built. But as the weeks turned into months, something unexpected happened. He found an old set of paints in the garage, brushes stiff with time, colors faded but familiar. He remembered, once upon a time, painting brought him joy. So he tried again, just a small canvas, just a sunrise, and for the first time in years, he felt alive. You see, when you're no longer defined by a relationship, your time becomes your own again. Your choices are yours. In that space, that quiet, open space, it becomes a place where old dreams wake up. There's science behind it too. Neurologically, your brain loves novelty. Even later in life, new hobbies, learning experiences, or creative expressions help stimulate the brain's plasticity, increasing cognitive function and emotional resilience. When you're single, you don't need permission or compromise. You get to explore those things freely. Now here's the thing. Most people get wrong. They think being alone means being lonely. But the truth is, loneliness isn't about how many people are around you. It's about how deeply connected you feel to yourself. And when you start reconnecting with who you are, not who you were in a relationship, but who you are now, that connection is profound. So here's a gentle suggestion. Make space for something that makes you feel like you, whether it's baking bread, writing poetry, learning Tai Chi, or sitting under the sun with a good book. Those moments aren't small. They're sacred. They're where rediscovery begins. Reason number 2, your physical health. Yes, being single can actually help you feel better in your body. Let me tell you about Maria. She's 75 now. Spent most of her marriage walking on eggshells. Little arguments that turned into big ones. Constant tension. After her divorce, after all the fear, the doubt, the emotional storm, she noticed something. Her blood pressure dropped. She started sleeping better. She laughed more. She breathed more. It's not magic, it's biology. See, toxic or high-stress relationships raise cortisol levels in the body. And cortisol, when it lingers, wreaks havoc. It contributes to heart problems, memory issues, digestive trouble, even joint pain. The misconception that any relationship is better than none. But the truth is, a bad relationship can quietly wear you down, especially when your body becomes more sensitive to stress as you age. So here's a small practice that can change everything. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with people. If someone consistently drains you, it's okay to say no, even if they're family, even if they mean well. Protecting your peace is not selfish, it's survival. But physical health is just one piece of the puzzle. Let's talk about something many seniors don't realize they're craving. Reason number 3, independence. And not just the kind that lets you live alone, but the kind that lets you live your way. Picture this. George is 78, widowed, retired. He wakes up when he wants. He eats what he likes. He fills his days with crossword puzzles, neighborhood walks, and playing chess at the park. What he loves most? No one asked me where I'm going, he says with a grin. That freedom, that autonomy, it's not a luxury, it's essential. Research shows that the ability to make your own decisions, no matter how small, is deeply linked to mental health, especially in older adults. It's tied to lower rates of depression and a stronger sense of life satisfaction. Now, some people fear being alone because they worry, what if I can't do it all? But today, more than ever, we have tools. Elder-friendly apps, delivery services, community groups, home care options, and social centers designed just for seniors. You're not alone in being alone. Try this. Build a weekly routine that reflects your own rhythm. Have flexible mornings. Choose meals based on what you like. Say yes to things that excite you and no to anything that doesn't feel right. Treat your solitude like a garden, something you water, tend to, and protect. And now, let's talk about something even deeper. Something that goes beyond health or freedom. Something that reaches into the heart of what it means to grow older with purpose. Lastly, reason number 4, legacy. Meet Clara. She's 79. Every month she writes one letter to her grandchildren, handwritten, thoughtful, filled with stories from her childhood, mistakes she's made, and lessons she's learned. She calls it her living legacy. And those letters? They're becoming the most precious gift her family has ever received. You see, when you're not distracted by relationship roles or emotional labor, you have the space to reflect, to give, to leave something behind that matters. Science backs this up. A sense of purpose is one of the most important predictors of happiness after 70. Not money, not romance, purpose. And being single often creates the perfect stillness to hear what that purpose is. The mistake people make is thinking life slows down after 70. But sometimes it finally begins. Because now, for the first time in decades, you're not living for someone else. You're living for you. And when you do that, everything changes. Here's something simple to try. Start a memory journal. Plant something that will outlive you. A tree, a tradition, a story. Record your voice reading bedtime stories. Pass on more than things. Pass on wisdom. But of course, we know this path isn't always easy. Not every moment is filled with joy or peace. There are days of quiet that feel heavy. There are nights when you wish someone were there. And that's why what we'll talk about next is not just powerful, it's essential. We don't talk enough about it, do we? About how hard it can be to grow old alone. The silence in the evenings, the birthdays spent with a smaller table, the holidays where no one asks what you're bringing because no one thought to invite you. That kind of loneliness, it's real. And if you felt it, really felt it, you know it can sit heavy in the chest. But here's something just as real, something people don't always see right away. That same loneliness, when given time, can become freedom. Because when the noise settles, when the roles you played for others fade into the background, you finally get a chance to meet someone you may have overlooked for decades, yourself. Being single after 70 isn't about what you've lost. It's about what you've gained. You've gained space to breathe. You've gained peace that isn't tied to someone else's moods. You've gained permission, real permission, to live as you, not as someone's partner, caretaker, or support system, but as you. So here's a gentle nudge. If you're over 70 and single, ask yourself, what joy have I been putting off? What peace have I yet to claim? Maybe it's a simple walk through the garden without having to explain where you're going. Maybe it's singing out loud while you clean the house, just because you can. Or maybe it's something bigger, joining a class, starting a memoir, or taking a train to a place you've never been. Whatever it is, it's not too late. You're not too old. And most importantly, you're not alone. There is a quiet, beautiful army of elders out there, strong, wise, and independent. Men and women who've walked through grief, silence, and uncertainty and found a second win, a second self, a second chapter. And you, my friend, are part of that legacy. Let's take a moment to look back at what we've explored. Being single after 70 isn't a sentence, it's a season full of possibility. You've got emotional freedom, the space to reconnect with yourself. You've got better physical health, a lighter body, and a calmer mind. You've got true independence, the power to shape your days and call your own shots. And you've got a wide open path to legacy, to pour your wisdom into the world in a way only you can. Each of these is a reason to not just accept this phase of life, but to celebrate it. So tell me, which of these reasons hit home for you? Was it the quiet joy of rediscovery, the relief of reduced stress, or the powerful idea that your purpose might just now be blooming? Let me know in the comments below. Really, share your story. Your experience could light a path for someone else who's struggling to find meaning in their singleness. And if this video gave you even a moment of clarity or a breath of hope, please consider liking and subscribing to Wisdom of Longevity. This is more than a channel. It's a space for real talk about aging, wellness, and the wisdom that only time can bring. We're here for the caregivers, the survivors, the quiet warriors. We're here for you. Thank you for spending this time with me. It means more than you know. Until next time, stay wise, stay strong, and remember, this chapter of life might just be the most powerful one yet.